The X3 M40i. The X3M's baby brother that instead of being powered by the S58 engine is powered by the single-turbo B58 instead. However, instead of paying $70,000 for the X3M, the X3 M40i starts at only $56,000. So how does BMW's M Sport SUV hold up? And is it worth getting at a discount compared to the full-fledged X3M?
Now, on the exterior of the X3 M40i, you have a lot more aggressive front fascia compared to the typical X3, especially around this intake and the fog lights down here. This brushed aluminum around the grille, and everyone take a page out of BMW's book. That is how you do a front camera for your surround view systems. You just integrate it directly into the bodywork right here so no one can see it. Adaptive LED headlights, more of that brushed aluminum on the mirror caps, and for the rims here, you get these M Sport style 19-inch rims all the way around, 245 width tires all the way around. Up front, you have 13.7-inch brake rotors with 4-piston calipers, 13.5-inch brake rotors in the back with a single-piston caliper. Larger brakes means better stopping power, especially because this thing is pretty quick. Let's talk about the engine real quick because every BMW's engine is special. Now, since this is the M Sport vehicle of the X3, of course, you're going to be getting the B58, and everybody knows this engine. This is one of the most tunable engines in a car today. It's a 3-liter inline 6 single turbo, 382 horsepower, 365 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic, and it drives all 4 wheels. This is all-wheel drive. It'll hit 0 to 60 in around 4.4 seconds, which is very incredible for an SUV that weighs 4,200 pounds. It's an amazing powertrain. It's very proven, and if you wanted, you could easily push 600 horsepower out of this thing without any problems at all. That's how great the B58 is. Now, let's go to the back and check that out. All right, now on the back of the X3 M40i, I know a lot of you out there are going to be like, well, those aren't the current taillights on the X3. I understand that this is a 2020. They were still all red back in 2020. It wasn't until 2022 that they upgraded these taillights to be the full LED ones with the white brake lights in the center. So I understand that. This one is used, of course. But let's talk about other stuff back here. You have these larger exhaust pipes back here compared to the typical X3, leading back to that B58. And this engine, of course, sounds amazing. Of course, badges back here. M40i badge with the M flag right there, X3 badge and everything like that. But let's open it up and see what we got. Power opening tailgate and power closing, of course, and you have 28.7 cubic feet of room back here. Plenty of room to store anything you want, and you even have a load cover right here. Some switches to lower that second row, that way you don't have to walk all the way up to the second row and do it by yourself. Some cargo nets, 12-volt sockets, cargo tie-down points, anything you can think of. BMW SUVs, of course, are super versatile in everything that they give you. All right, so the interior of the X3 M40i, I know what you're all going to say. Yes, this is the 2020 interior, not the 2022 or 23 interior, which means it is not as clean looking as it could be, but it has all the same features that the new ones would have. Starting with the technology in here, you have a 10.3-inch center screen right here running iDrive 7, awesome infotainment system, wireless Apple CarPlay, and in the center you do have your live cockpit, which shows digital gauges. It's really cool, really informative, and you can change it all the way around. Changes with the drive modes with Sport, Sport Plus, Sport Individual, Eco, and Comfort, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and start it up. That way we can actually start playing with it. Speaking of those drive modes, in the center right here, this is where you have all those controls. Sport, Comfort, Eco, if you want to use that. This one has auto hold just in case you don't want to hold the brake at a stoplight or anything like that. Like I said, with all the cameras on the outside, this has surround view optioned onto it, which means if you press this camera button here, it'll pull up a surround view look of the car in the infotainment system, 360 cameras that you can drag around and everything like that. Really, really cool. Dual zone climate control, heated seats. This one doesn't have the ability to have cooled seats, sadly. I think that is one of the most annoying things BMW's done, is you cannot get cooled seats unless you get a full-fledged M car or you're the 5 Series above. 2, 3, and 4 Series SUVs and sedans/coupes cannot get cooled seats unless you get the M spec. Good size pockets down here, USB Type A in the center control stack with quite a bit of storage and a 12-volt socket next to your cup holders. In the center console here, you're gonna have some more storage and a USB Type C, and the glove box is also a really good size as well. Now, as for materials in here, the M Sport steering wheel, of course, is awesome. It's very thick, easy to grab onto. The stitching on the center cap looks really nice, and this one is heated. As for other materials in here, this one was spec'd with the Vernasca Cognac leather, which looks really nice, super comfortable, and so much better than BMW's crappy Sensatec. I swear it is the worst feeling fake leather in the car industry today. Soft touch materials on the dash and on the door, and of course this color is awesome. This one also has this wood grain inlay right here, which is cool, spreads throughout the dash and on the doors, which is nice. Now, something I hate that these guys didn't do when they built this car is that they didn't spec the Harman Kardon system on here, because the default BMW audio system isn't bad, it's just not great. Another cool thing in here is the fact that these seats actually have bolsters that are adjustable, and I'm using a switch on the side of the seat just to hold you in place, just in case you're taking out your X3 M40i to the track, or you're deciding to go canyon driving with your crossover SUV. You do have this panoramic moonroof you can open all the way back to the second row. I'm not going to open it all the way because the sun is just pelleting my face right now, and it's Nevada, so of course it's going to be extremely hot outside. But yeah, front seats of the X3 are incredible, even though this isn't the updated model and the interior looks a little older compared to the new one. It's still a really, really nice place to be. Now, into the back seats of the X3, and this is going to be pretty standard across the entire model range that you can get in the X3. Decent leg room, but that's because my seat for the drivers is so set far back. Great headroom though, plenty of room back here for your passengers. If you got the X4, it would not be that nice. Climate control zone back here, which is really nice. You can get heated seats on the back of this, but this one doesn't have that option on there. 2 USB Type-C ports, plenty of back seat storage with the nets and the door bins and everything like that. More of that inlay right here, that wood. Nice materials back here as well. The Vernasca leather is definitely a requirement if you're going to be getting a BMW. At least get the Vernasca leather. You can't get merino on this unless you get the X3M. And you have this center storage area, armrest with the cup holders as well, with these crappy plastic fold-up things that BMW's been doing forever. I don't get it. But yeah, backseat space for the passengers is really nice. Like I said, the knee room is kind of lackluster. If I start to slouch, my knees are jamming into the back of the driver, and it's going to be the same thing with this guy over here. So, but yeah, overall, great place to be. Now, like I said before, this started at $56,000, and with options, you would quickly get into the mid to high 60s with this car. But now, with only 45,000 miles on the clock, you could pick these up for around $41,000. And I know it's not an X3M, but hey, 4.4 seconds to 60 and that B58 with huge tuning capabilities makes this car a no-brainer if you're looking for something that's like an M340i, but in SUV form. It is literally the SUV counterpart to the M340i, and I think it's an amazing deal on the used market. And if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more from us, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.